Let's begin today's Vanguard news with Bushiroad Japan increasing the time limit of tournaments to 30 minutes per round starting on April 1st. They didn't specify a reason, but if I have to guess, it's because a double lost probably looks bad on their report or highlight showcase when people can't finish their matches properly. No information if this will be implemented in the English game as well. For those that don't read the Vanguard Skyride manga, Bushiroad teased the upcoming cards for the Japanese version of DZSS07 and 08, which the Stoicheia ones in particular give me Dragon Ruler PTSD from Yu-Gi-Oh! They also appear to combine into one chunky boy. I just hope they don't turn the drop zone into their personal toolbox, or add a card from deck when they are bound. Here are the next wave of card accessories this coming April for you to get fooled into pre-ordering, but will cancel at the last minute because something new caught your eye. DZBT07's Lyrical Monasteria cards once again proves my point, that the nation can do everything but better. To that, I think I need to change the music when showcasing their cards from now on to match their invasive nature. Heap up Octava Prouter is your typical D-series starter that will make young players say that it's Hatsune Miku from Fortnite. Dynamic Exciter Eastera and Witching Vibrato Lethal, when placed by riding over Prouter and Eastera respectively, lets you reveal a grade 3 Artisaria card from your eye deck to add up to one sound system card from your deck. It's funny how the new way to lock ride lines for certain decks is to force players to run a specific grade 3 in their ride deck. I can't wait for this to bite Bushiroad back in their asses, when players could just do the highly advanced move of just riding their real grade 3 from their hand. On a side note, Lethal is probably one of the cooler Lyrical Monasteria card designs I've seen for a while for two big reasons. Being that she looks like an actual brand gate unit, and she doesn't look like another riddle. Shout in Shadow is a set order card that cannot be played and be put into your order zone other than by her Artisaria unit's ability. And when it's put into your order zone, draw a card and call up to one Shadow Army token. Everyone who hoarded or bought offer at a high price must be feeling shitty right now. So not only does this card replaces itself by drawing a card, it also gives you a 15k token for free. The nation continues to never be fucking punished. Polyphonic Overdrive Artisaria, while on Vanguard during your turn, gets an extra crit if your order zone has 2 or more sound system cards. Once per turn while on Vanguard, you can pay 2 energy to put a sound system card from your hand or drop zone into your order zone. You draw a card if you put a card in hand with this ability, and once per turn while on Vanguard, you can pay 1 counter blast when she attacks to call up to 1 Shadow Army token for every sound system card in your order zone. Then your front row units get 5k power for every 2 sound system card in your order zone. So not only does this card get an extra crit as well as 10k power by turn 4, she can also play sound system cards from your drop zone, thus making them easy discard fodder. And here I thought that Saga Artisaria was over too last week. This thing just basically made Resi Elvita look sluggish in comparison. Meanwhile a certain Orfist main finally realized I was right. Lyrical Monasteria really does everything but better. Mega Romania is a set order card that cannot be played and be put into your order zone other than by her Artisaria unit's ability. And when it's put into your order zone, lock one of your opponent's rear guards if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or higher. It wasn't enough that Artisaria barely loses card advantage and can do up to 5 attacks with big numbers. Bushiroad had to give them the lock mechanic as a crotch. You literally have no way of playing around it unless you run rear guards that disappear before your end phase, or your deck can attack from the back row like Levatras Grand Grace or even the new Hound Razors. This card does raise 2 questions. Does this mean that Bushiroad is finally prepared to make Chaos Breaker Dragon into an encounter deck? And if lock does become a problem, would that mean Grandezel Scissors will be Blundezel's new form instead of Platina Ethel? Spicacho Steplian, while on rear guard or the Guardian Circle gets 5k power and shields if your order zone has a sound system. So we went from the corruption tags back to basic vanilla that has no business being in this deck. Sing to the Skyrakria while on rear guard gets 5k power for each sound system in your order zone when she attacks. And when she's returned to your hand from rear guard or retired during your turn, you can pay 1 Soul Blast if you have her Artisaria Vanguard to give one of your units 5k power. Bushiroad is no longer hiding the fact that Uwika is basically a staple in every Lyrical Monasteria deck. Trailing Notes Reverbera, while on rearguard during your turn, gets 5k power if you have a sound system in your order zone. And while on rearguard, you can put herself into your soul at the end of the battle she boosted, while you have a sound system in your order zone, to return one of your rearguards to your hand. This is Uwika at home for those players that couldn't afford her despite having been reprinted 4 times. Devilish Flank Jalufa when placed on rearguard or the Guardian Circle gets 5k power and shields if you have a sound system in your order zone. And when she's returned to your hand from rearguard or retired during your turn, you can pay 1 counterblast if you have a grade 3 or higher Artisaria Vanguard to draw a card. On one hand, I think Rakria deserves the triple rare slot on this card. On the other hand, if you're not going to get punished for card ability cost, at least get punished in your wallet if you want another draw ability like the greedy bastard that you are. Finally, because the original Shadow Army tokens have brand gate as their nation and can't get into school exclusive to girls, Bushiroad made a new nationless Shadow Army token in a form of a butterfly to hide the fact they're the real invaders. Expect Orfist mains to take revenge on what was rightfully theirs by using these as their token cards. And that concludes this Vanguard news without the bullshit. Special thanks to my Patreon members for continuing to support my content creation. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments if you finally truly believe that Lyrical Monasteria can do everything but better and is never fucking punished.